What's up, friends, and welcome back to another episode of Pass or Yes. This is a series that I do on my channel where we go through all of the newest, the hottest, the most tempting new luxury beauty makeup releases on social media. And I let you guys know, is it going to be a pass or is it going to be a yes? We love to geek out about new makeup here on my channel, so maybe consider subscribing. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you like it, and comment down below letting me know, what do you think of this new palette from NATASHA Denona? I will start off by saying as well that this video is being filmed in front of a live digital audience. So not only am I going to share my thoughts, you can share your thoughts in the comments down below, but we're also going to hear all of the thoughts, reactions, roasts, praises, everything from the Sophia Sees Beauty community. So without further ado, let's take a little sneak peek at this new spring NATASHA Denona palette. So here's what we've got right here. I feel like this is pretty good lighting. So this is the new palette that has been sneak peek from NATASHA. If you are new here, I am a big NATASHA Denona fan. I've been shopping from her brand for a really long time, and I have almost every single one of her palettes. And I'm really interested to see what you guys think of this. So we have an array of pinks and purples. It looks like some of the pinks have kind of like a peachy tone. We have a petal pink in there, more of a like magenta there on the right. There's a couple of neutral mattes as well. And I apologize, I don't have swatches of this yet. This has just been sneak peek, but by the time this goes live, if I get some swatches, I will insert them right here. But we've got some neutral mattes as well to kind of ground the look. We also have some really beautiful shimmers here. If you take a look at the bottom right, it seems like that's maybe like a bit of a duochrome. The one in the upper right as well also looks like maybe a little shimmering duochrome. Over there on the left, I mean, you guys know I love a frosty white, so I'm glad that's there. I'm trying to take a look at some of these names. That one is called Crisp. There's also one next to it called Lush, which looks like a beautiful sparkling neutral. And then the deeper shades in the palette, we have what looks to be maybe a slightly purpley toned brown that is called, is that Bork, I believe? Then there is a deep russety red, and we also have kind of like some dusty aubergine shades as well. Some really interesting choices here. My first impression with this, I have to be honest, friends, is that it is a lot of pink. I feel like you'll have to let me know if you agree, but it feels a little bit dated to me. I feel like this is the kind of thing we would have seen maybe 2 years ago. Do you guys think that this is on trend? Because I feel like we're a little bit done with the pinks. We've been seeing a lot of cooler tone palettes sell well lately. We've been seeing a lot of olive tone palettes sell well lately. And Natasha Denona has come out with a lot of sort of Valentine's Day themed things in the past to, suit those who like pinker and purpley palettes. So my first impression of this is that I'm a little bit disappointed because this is not the color story that I was hoping for. But one thing that I am happy about is that there does seem to be a nice array of shades, a nice mixture, and it does look like we go all the way from super light to pretty deep. I think that one red shade was a bit of a choice. I don't think she should have included that. She did, and it certainly makes the palette a little bit more eye-catching as I'm like scrolling and shopping on Sephora. So those are my first impressions. I'm going to take a quick pause here though and see what you guys are saying. Okay, so Clarissa is saying, I'm not overly excited about this color story. Yeah, right? Actually, hold on, let me show you the packaging real quick. So this is called the Bloom palette, and she came out with a Bloom cheek palette. Do you guys remember that one with the bright red? So I wonder if this little red shade, which is called Brick, I wonder if this is like a nod to that original palette that had that more vibrant shade. What do you guys think? ECB says pretty pinks for ND palette, but it's still a pass for me. Carla says, oh yes, I love this Natasha palette. Heather says, too pink for me. I like the last shade at the bottom. Lol, which one? The one in the corner? Actually, I have a swatch of that one right here. That shade. That's like the one stunna shade that's really gonna sell this palette. Take a look at those other swatches though. Those look very warm. I wasn't expecting this palette to swatch so warm. I'm guessing those shades are maybe Ember. Let's look again. Ember, maybe Lush and Bark. Very warm, no? Littleson says, I have to see the palette in person before making a decision. First impression is that it's pretty. Okay, she's liking it. Adriana says, yes, I need. Kimberly says, me. I'm so sick of every pink palette. Also me. Oh, Natasha Denona has a new pink palette. I must get it, lol. Yes, I feel you. I feel you. I mean, usually in these videos, I like to confirm whether it's a pass or yes. I'm a maybe on this one, guys. I'm a maybe. I'm really trying not to collect all of these palettes just for the sake of it. I kind of feel like maybe I need to see this in person as well. I'm not completely sold. Mama Bear says it reminds me of an extension of the cranberry palette. Very beautiful. Ooh, you've been shopping from Natasha for a while. If you remember the cranberry palette, I love that. Elysium Fields Beauty says easy pass on this ND palette. Pink eyeshadow has been reigning for 4 or 5 years straight now. Yeah, I feel like I have enough pink palettes. I feel like I can recreate a lot of this with the Love palette and with the I Need a Nude palette. Maybe even the Retro palette. Carrie says, pinks for spring. Groundbreaking. Yawn. Wow, you guys are very divided on this. Very divided. A lot of you are saying that you agree with Mama Bear that it reminds you of an extension of the Cranberry palette. Let me look up a photo of that and show that for anybody who doesn't know what it looks like. This is what it looked like, right? I swear I had this palette. This is it, right, guys? Wow, 2019 throwback. We were stoked about this palette. You're right. You're right. Maybe she took some of the shades and repurposed them in this palette. We don't really have the details yet. So maybe if you're watching this on the replay, maybe by that time we have the details. You never know. Karen says, it looks like a pink palette I can wear. Oh, I love that. Yeah, some of you guys love this and some of you guys don't care for it at all. Minnie says, I skipped the purple palette, but this release is a yes. This is definitely a little bit softer, Minnie, that's for sure. Paula says, reminds me of the Tarte In Bloom palette from a couple of years ago. Those Tarte palettes sell really well though. So maybe they're onto something here. Sean Baby 86 says, I love collecting her palettes. This is an absolute yes for me. Queen Frog Lady says, while this is pretty, I feel the colors are very reminiscent of many shades from a combo of prior palettes. That's what I'm saying. I also agree. I don't look at this and think like, wow, what like a new fresh color story. It unfortunately feels like a very, and I'm being like a makeup snob here, so don't hate me for this, but like it feels like a very boring commercial palette at first glance. Not something new, not something creative. But yeah, maybe it's just because I'm kind of like over all the pink shades. Aaliyah says, hard pass. I have enough pink eyeshadows. I don't like big palettes and I don't like ND overall. Well, your wallet is happy. This is an easy decision for you, Aaliyah. I love your brutal honesty. Oh, Jessica says, yes, it feels like something from the 1980s that kids used to play with. That middle color is also kind of a hot mess. Ooh, roasty, Jessica. Wow, some of you guys hate this, but that's okay. It's just makeup, so none of us have to feel bad about it. It's nothing against Natasha. Pam says, we've seen this before with the retro and love palettes. Agreed, Pam. Natasha is going way too monochromatic lately. It's a pass for me. Yeah, I think that the monochromatic nature of the palettes makes it a little bit, maybe makes her palettes a little bit more marketable. It's like, oh, this is like the light pinky one. This one is the golden one. This one is the like cool toned one. I would have loved to have seen her launch something that was maybe a little like more cool toned and grungy with like some greens and maybe some touches of navy blue. I feel like that's kind of trending lately. This looks like every other palette that I've ever seen. Oh, Little Sin. I love this. Natasha needs to stop playing and give us a new Metropolis palette. I agree. I would love like a Midi version of the Metropolis palette, or maybe bring in some of the colors that she has from that green and brown palette that's so good. Lyra says, I keep hoping Natasha will release an I Need a Cool palette, but I just know she'll stick at least 3 to 4 warm shades in there. She can't help herself. We should write a letter, Lyra. She should do I Need a Cool. I mean, the I Need a Nude palette is like the cool tone one, but it's like more pinky. Oh, okay. Hold on. Wayne has sent me more pics. Hold on one sec, guys. Breaking news. We have another photo to share, and the lighting is a little bit different, but you know what? This is probably what it's going to look like when you're in a Sephora store. Would love to know if you guys have changed your mind after seeing this photo. I don't know, guys. I'm still not super wowed by this. The middle shade is just a strange choice. It does look very neutral when I see it here. Like it doesn't look as bright. EXO says still pretty. Catherine says still a pass. Clarissa says, oh yes, colors are a bit better, but not sure I'd buy. Carla says, oh wow, I like it even more, lol. Yeah, it sounds like some of you guys, you like it a little bit more seeing it like this, but it's still a pass. Lilo says, not enough sparkles. It's Denona. I expect better and better sparkling shades as she keeps doing new releases. Definitely won't be grabbing that one. Ooh, okay, so you want more sparkles. Karen says, I like it even more here, more neutral. You're right, it does look a little bit more neutral in this view. Feral Beauty says, I've been commenting on Natasha Denona's Insta to release a palette of sparkly toppers named I Need a Sparkle. Oh, I would love that. That sounds so funny. All the Things Makeup says, a second photo makes it a yes for me. Yay. Okay. Ubi says, my theory is that Natasha is trying to create everyday palettes with different undertones and depths to create a selection where every customer can find the best fitting palette for their undertone or skin. Yeah, 100%. I think she's just trying to create a palette wardrobe release by release so then people can more easily pick what palettes they want. If you're a little bit more of a creative makeup wearer, you might be disappointed because you might not find the palettes to be particularly inspiring. You might not really understand the inspiration behind it, but I think for average consumers at Sephora, having them sort of categorized in different tones and undertones is very helpful for that kind of a shopper, and that's the majority of people. Okay, Jessica says, Ubi, I agree with you, and there's definitely an interest here. It's interesting that it's a big range of colors, and with younger shoppers going for no shadows, they are taking quite a gamble here. Yeah, that is interesting, guys.
If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And better yet, check out the full Pass or Yes video coming up next, where you can catch my commentary on all of this season's hottest new luxury beauty releases. I'll see you there.